Hi, my name is Amit Gvaryahu. I teach here at the Drisha Institute, in the July Institute, and at the Dr. Beth Samuels High School program. This week we read Parashat Vayishlach, in which Jacob prepares for an encounter with his brother Esau, whom he has not seen for many years, and who plans to kill him. Jacob is scared and prays to God, and then when Jacob and Esau finally meet, Jacob tries to flatter Esau with all manner of gifts and verbal flattery. And at the end of their encounter, he promises to go visit Esau. The rabbis, and actually their predecessors, early readers of Scripture as well, noticed that Jacob and Esau never actually made that lunch date that they made happen. Jacob tells Esau that he will come to visit him in Seir with his entire family. He's just going a little slower than Esau's encampment because, you know, says Jacob to Esau, the children are young, and if I drive the sheep too hard, then they will all die. So I will go slowly, he says, Ani et nahalale iti, until I come to my master in the Seir. The rabbis say we have gone through all of Scripture and we have not seen where Jacob makes good on this promise to come to Seir to visit Esau. The rabbis use this as a springboard to imagine the encounter of Jacob and Esau not as a meeting of two brothers, but rather as a meeting of two nations, Israel and Edom. They used Edom in the rabbinic period known as Nabatea or Idumea, a small vassal kingdom in what is today southern Jordan. They used Edom not to mean the geographical location known to them, but rather as a stand-in for the Roman Empire. The rabbis like to imagine Rome and Israel as brothers. If Edom was on the ascendancy, Israel must be trodden down beneath it. But one day Israel would be on the up and up, and Edom would be trodden down beneath Israel. This relationship was symbiotic. Edom and Israel were somehow similar to each other, and they were the two great powers fighting for world domination. We can, of course, leave aside the historical reality in which the Jews were a small, not very well-to-do people split between the two great world powers at the time, Rome and Persia. The Jews imagined themselves as locked in an epic struggle with Rome, and later on in an epic struggle with the church. To explain the end of this encounter between Jacob and Esau, readers of Scripture turned to various biblical prophecies about Edom, such as the one we read for our Haftarah, Sefer Ovadiah. Though most prophets prophesied about the nations surrounding Israel, Edom included, the visions about Edom were interpreted as referring to Rome, or later on to the church. In a verse that we read every day after Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea, we say, Ve'alu Moshim Behar Tzion Lishpot et Har Esav, and redeemers will come up the mountain of Zion to judge the mountain of Esav. Zion and Esav, just like Yaakov and Esav and Israel and Rome, are counterparts here. But at the end of days, the encounter will be complete. Jacob and his descendants will finally reach Seir in their long journey and make justice in Seir. This version of things imagines a bloody end to the encounter between Jacob and Esau. One of them must win. Neither can live while the other survives. But perhaps a happier end can be seen in the fact that Jacob never went back to see Esau. Jacob made a conscious choice that he was not going to pursue this sibling rivalry any longer. He was going to let Esau live in peace and hope that Esau would let him live in peace. Each would occupy their own tract of land, separated by nothing more than a desert and the bottom end of the Dead Sea. This perhaps might be a fitting way to view the cosmic and epic struggle the rabbis envisioned between Israel and Rome as well. Israel and Rome decided that perhaps it was best if they left well enough alone and each retreated to their own separate dominions of the mind and also in the political realm. Shabbat Shalom.